Supriya, Shrinate, to you first. The Congress seems to have taken the line at the moment that Mr. Modi's visit is about optics, not substance. The fact, though, is this visit will see the signing of major agreements, technology transfers, and importantly, as the Yoga Day showed, is also a demonstration of India's soft power, and as the Elon Musk meeting showed, also shows that India has a huge business investor potential. Are you willing to give the Prime Minister, therefore, the benefit of doubt?
So before I go any further, I was a business journalist back in the day when Mr. Modi first visited the Bay Area. He met a whole host of people. He also had a meeting with Elon Musk as early as 2019. And there were plans then that Elon Musk is going to come to India and start selling Tesla cars, will also manufacture here. I will not quote anybody else. I will only quote Elon Musk. Elon Musk in 2022, if I'm not wrong, in January 2022 put out a statement, way too many challenges with the Indian government to make an investment here or to sell here. That's Elon Musk for you. And it's not just, I'm not talking about an individual, I'm talking about businessmen. Business will flow where the market is, and business will look at good returns, and business will look at a conducive environment. Since 2019 to 2022, Elon Musk did not find that. And he said it as categorically as he could on a public platform that he now owns. Suddenly there's something changed, I don't know. Let's see what happens, because these statements, you know, are often made when Prime Minister
is there full opposition support to the Prime Minister's outreach?
I'm coming exactly to your question. When the Prime Minister of India bows before Gandhi in New York, it is very, very heartening. And it is a message that should be sent loud and clear to those who abuse Gandhi right here in India. So to that extent, absolutely I support the Prime Minister. But where is the issue? The issue, Rajdeep, is that in the last 9 years, foreign policy has been reduced to a mere pomp and show. It has been reduced to orchestrated events. The reality is that Mr. Modi, for the first time in the last 9 years, has gone on a state visit. He's the first state guest in the first 9 years. All right, no issues with that. Let him be. He represents India. But look at the cost we are paying. We've already signed an armored drone $3 billion deal before he left. So there are no free lunches that the US is willing to offer. I also want to state something very important. At the UN at which this yoga function is happening, what happened at UN late last night? China blocked United Nations from naming Sajid Mir as a global terrorist. Much to our insistence, much to the insistence of the United States. Why is nobody talking about that? Why is nobody talking about the fact that India did not even name China at the UN while this was happening? Why is nobody talking about that? It's all very good to make these outreaches, but to what extent? Are we keeping the domestic audience and their applause in mind while pursuing foreign policy overseas? And I think we are running the risk of doing that. We are looking for, you know, laurels back home while pursuing a foreign policy that's not really delivering for us. It hasn't delivered in the last 9 years.
Let Zafar Islam now respond. Zafar Islam, you've worked also with international banks. Do you believe this is about business relationships being solidified, America seeing opportunity, or is this something more substantive than just simply a transactional business relationship that Prime Minister Modi is building?
I think anybody who is aware of the foreign policy, who is aware of India's standing in the eyes of global leaders prior to 2014 and now, would definitely comment that India has emerged as a very strong nation since 2014. Primarily because of the policy decision which has been taken by the Honorable Prime Minister, also safeguarding the interests of the nation and prioritizing the interests of the nation ahead of every other thing.
Are you saying that there was are you saying before 2014 when Manmohan Singh and Barack Obama had a special relationship where Mr. Obama went to the extent of saying he learnt a lot from Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, the relationship was qualitatively different to what it is today, sir?
Well, Rajdeep, I wouldn't be making a specific comment about Mr. Manmohan Singh, the then Prime Minister, but it is for you to decide the situation prior to 2014 and situation now. clearly it suggests that Mr. Manmohan Singh, despite being being the Prime Minister, he was not able to pursue the policy he should have pursued, purely because a lot of restriction he had and getting instruction from different sources, and particularly from the first family. Away from that, let me tell you very candidly that yes, India has changed since 2014. It has become a very strong nation. It is no more a weak nation, and nobody can dictate terms to India anymore, and that is something which has been demonstrated by the Honourable Prime Minister, and the political will which he had, and the decision which he has taken, the policy measures he has taken, something which the world has acknowledged. And all the global platforms, India has been able to sell Indian story and India as an emerging power on the global platform, something which the world has started acknowledging now, and India definitely offers much more opportunity than the rest of the world. Definitely something which the world, the investors recognizes, the business community recognizes, because they have to put their growth capital. They have to put their growth capital somewhere for a multiplier effect, and India definitely offers much more opportunity for growth capital to be invested in India than China or any other place currently. And definitely it is the opportunity which has to be utilized efficiently by our leadership, and this is something which is being demonstrated in New York currently, beside being using the soft power like Yoga Day or many other means of soft power, to have a better connectivity with the world leaders and have a better diplomatic relationship with the other countries.
Okay, you made your point.
Today, one last thing. Today you can, just last sentence. Today, even Mr. Biden recognized that Mr. Modi is now as a global leader. His views are important for the world leaders, and definitely every world leaders today of some standing, they look up to Mr. Modi for his opinion, and something which is unheard prior to 2014.
Okay,
and I'm sure
you
every
made your
Indian
point.
must.
Zafar
Not
Islam,
commenting
you are
about
asked for one sentence.
Congress or any other part, but every
I
Indian,
gave you your one sentence. You made that point. Let Supriya Shrinate now
proud
respond.
of this emerging situation.
Okay, let Supriya Shrinate now respond. Strong leadership, the distinction that the BJP is drawing, claiming that Mr. Modi, according to them, provides a sense of strong leadership, that's the attraction.
But that's exactly what the problem is. They don't understand that foreign policy or the fact that he's being treated a certain way is because he represents 140 crore Indians. It's because successive governments before him, and yes, before 2014, have laid the foundation to where he stands. I'm not going to get into petty whataboutery about President Truman and President Kennedy actually breaking protocol and receiving Nehru, or President Eisenhower, making Nehru his personal guest, or the brilliant speech that Rajiv Gandhi gave to the houses in America, or for that matter, the guard of honor that was given to Manmohan Singh. Because they talk about 2014 and prior to that, let me look them in the eye and tell them, before 2014, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh legitimized India's nuclear program, waived off, got the sanctions waived off, looked America in the eye and did the nuclear deal. That's what prime ministers do, not incremental work.
Okay.
Indira Gandhi, allied with the Soviet Union, blocked China, split Pakistan into two. That's what leaders do. And 1 second, Rajdeep. 51 days and counting. Manipur is burning. The Prime Minister's opinion is being sought on global stage. Tell him to put his house in order first. 51 days, not a word from the Prime Minister of this country. Over 130 people dead and thousands rendered homeless.